Hello, it is October, yet the sun is still out. I cannot believe it. Welcome to my video, Charlie Explores Battersea. I am in Battersea Park, where I will get to later in this video because a dog is just about to come and say hello to me. Let's explore. Yes, the dog was charging at me, saw me with a camera and then ran in the opposite direction. Battersea is 3.5 miles southwest of London, meaning I'm so close yet so far from the centre of our capital. But I was excited to see what was in Battersea. I started my journey at Clapham Junction railway station, which despite its name is actually in Battersea. Here's the southwest entrance, still labelled for the old London Brighton and South Coast Railway. It handles 20.8 million entries and exits a year. Turning around, I came across the Grand, a Grade 2 listed former music hall that first opened in 1900. Today, it serves as a nightclub and music venue. I passed the Arding and Hobbs department store, another Grade 2 listed building. It took me ages to take these shots because there were so many buses, and that's not something that I would usually complain about, but there we go. Around Lavender Hill there were many shops and restaurants, including a Nino Nando's that I had never seen before. The bins even tell you you're in Battersea, a nice touch that this channel approves of. According to the Wikipedia page for Battersea, one of the main tourist attractions is the large Asda behind me that you can see from the railway line. Well, I'm afraid to say that the Wikipedia page is actually wrong. It's not a 24-hour Asda, so I will do my act of public service and update the article for you. So if you go on the Battersea Wikipedia page now, the large Asda is still here, but it is not 24 hours. I really hope a commuter watches this so they can recall that fact every time they pass. If you're into cycling, there are plenty of so-called Boris bikes to hire in this area too. Moving on, the Battersea Arts Centre, or BAC, sits proudly on Lavender Hill. It was built as a town hall in 1893 by Edward Mountford, and coincidentally, it opened on the 15th of November when this video was uploaded. So happy birthday BAC. These days it's a vibrant performance space known for theatre productions. You may recognise it from the TV series Portrait Artist of the Year, which is filmed here. I particularly liked the planters that double up as bike locks, a creative solution to an everyday problem. So as I meander my way through the back streets of Battersea towards the power station and the park, a bit about the local area. So Battersea, and you're gonna like this, is in the London borough of Wandsworth, and there are 32 London boroughs. But what's unique about Wandsworth is it imposes the lowest rate of council tax in the entire country. So for an average Band D property, like the ones I'm walking past now, £961 a year for council tax. And I can hear you gasp going, but I pay double that. Yes, you do. And the chances are your services aren't as good as this area. They get weekly bin collections and food waste collection. And the streets are immaculate from what I've seen. But then you're thinking, well, that's great. I'm moving to Battersea straight away. The average house price is £970,000. So if you can clear that barrier, low council tax is yours. The housing is nice here, but if you're coming, I would strongly recommend using public transport, if at all possible. It's London, so parking is very expensive. As someone who doesn't live in London, I always find it amusing listening to people on station platforms murmuring that they have to wait 3 minutes for a train that hasn't showed up. And I'm like, you've got a train? That's an achievement. But in Battersea, you've got Queenstown Road Station on the southwestern main line, and you've got Battersea Park shown here on the line to London Victoria, so you're spoilt for choice. I walked past the Our Lady of Mount Carmel and St Joseph Church, built in 1868 and situated right next to the station. It made me wonder what the original builders would think of the towering high-rises that have sprung up around here, including the unmistakable Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. This charity has cared for over 3 million dogs and cats throughout its history. You might be familiar with one of its most famous alumni, Larry the Cat, who's managed to outlast most Prime Ministers over the past 15 years. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Battersea Power Station opened its doors to the public in October 2022 as a shopping and leisure destination after years of sitting unused. Originally, it was made up of two coal-fired power stations, Battersea A, which commissioned in 1935, and Battersea B, which followed in 1955. Both were closed by 1983, and various redevelopment plans were proposed over the years, including, believe it or not, turning it into a theme park. I can't imagine that getting past planning permission now. The power station also houses office space, including the UK headquarters of Apple. And if you fancy moving in, there are apartments available too. For those planning a visit, there's even an underground station just a 10-minute ride away from London Waterloo. So I'm now about to explore Battersea Park, but I just wanted to reflect on a few things I saw at the power station I've just come from. I was really impressed with the picnic benches outside, because you could come there with your own food, a packed lunch, whatever, and nobody cared. So you don't feel compelled to go to the restaurants that they have there or the cafes. You can bring your own stuff. It was disabled friendly. There was lifts everywhere, wheelchair access was fine, and the toilets were very clean as well, and they were free. And I know in London, some places it's hard to find a toilet, so they've got them in Battersea Power Station. In case you hadn't already guessed, that's the River Thames, with the Thames Path running alongside it, connecting the power station to the park, which is spread over 200 acres. The London Peace Pagoda overlooks the Thames and was presented to Londoners by Nishidatsu Fuji as a shrine to peace back in 1984. However, it was completed just weeks after he passed away at the age of 100 in 1985. The pagoda features 4 gilt bronze statues representing the key stages of Buddha's life: birth, contemplation leading to enlightenment, teaching, and death. Battersea Park has plenty to offer, from a children's zoo, conveniently located next to a water bottle refill point, which I certainly took advantage of, to a peaceful boating lake with a cafe looking on. You can even hire pedalos, which gave me flashbacks to Dunallen Park in Royal Tunbridge Wells. One of my favourite discoveries was the Old English Garden, described as an oasis of calm, not something you'd necessarily associate with London. There's also a Victorian bandstand here. I would have filmed this in greater detail, but there were some people doing yoga, and I thought it best not to disrupt their moment of zen. Most of the park is car-free, but I did chuckle at the 12-mile-an-hour speed limit. Are there any other quirky speed limits like this around the country? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. That concludes Charlie Explores Battersea. I hope you come and explore Battersea for yourself. You can see there's a mix of urban, parks, close to London but feels like it's far away. I think it's excellent. Just a closing thought, opposite Battersea Park is this, I think they call it Albany Mansions, but it's 5 stories, really nice flats and houses. It made me think, if all houses were like this, the new builds, perhaps more people would support them, and it could help to fix our housing crisis in the UK and especially in London. Thank you for watching.